If you have heard of SEO before, you will have heard of something called ranking factors. Currently, there are hundreds of ranking signals that makes it into Google's algorithm, meaning SEO can be quite complicated. For instance, let me just use an example of everyday life. Let's say one day you decided to pick up running, and a friend of yours said, "Yeah, hey, that's a great idea, but did you know there are hundreds of things you have to learn in order to run successfully, otherwise you'll constantly hurt yourself." Now, if you heard that pep talk, how eager would you be to learn running, right? So too with SEO. I often hear SEO as this really complicated discipline that only true experts can master, thus, obviously putting it out of reach of the normal layperson. Well, I'm here to let you know that doesn't have to be the case. Yes, SEO can be complicated. However, most of the hundreds of ranking factors can be simplified into these 5 primary keys that any organization can digest and implement. First off is technical or classical SEO. Right now, Google must understand your site. And again, I'm going to constantly say Google, even though I'm referring to all search engines. It's just over the years, most of my traffic has come from Google. So search engines must understand what your site is trying to say or to sell or to portray. So there is a part of your website that you have to format in order for bots, search engine bots, machines to be able to understand. Secondly are keywords or phrases, right? People are searching for something. The question is, do you know what they are searching for? Do you know which phrases will lead to the most dollars? This is an important part of SEO. It may not be what you think from 15 years ago, but it is still an important part. Number 3 is content. Now, the purpose of content is to satisfy the searcher's intent while establishing you as an authoritative, trustworthy expert in your given industry. Number 4 is user experience or UX. UX ensures that users have a predictable, understandable, and pleasurable experience on your website. Remember, design and UX are strong trust signals. Without trust, consumers simply don't spend. They bounce, and that will affect your ranking. Number 5, links or backlinks. Now, this is the dreaded backbone of the original ranking algorithm. The challenge a search engine has when ranking, right, is trying to figure out which website should rank higher. What search engines figured out early on is that links are like votes. The more links you have from a high quality source, well, the more popular you are and the higher you should be ranked. Plus, the more high quality sources you have, the better. But it is a way for your content also to be amplified, hence building brand awareness. Authentic links can be difficult to earn, and I know so many people dread the word building backlinks, but they are extremely important for ranking and can be valuable as a great source of quality traffic. So we're definitely going to dive into that a lot more and hopefully dispel some of those fears and myths. Now, good and effective SEO takes into account each of these 5 primary keys. However, before we get into the details, like most marketing disciplines, let's start with some common sense. Good SEO starts with some basic fundamental questions, as you can see here. Let's just quickly go through these because what it does is it helps us think about SEO correctly. For instance, what questions and concerns do your target market have? Right? We have to be consumer centric. They're the ones searching. We need to be the ones providing the solution. And therefore, number 2, what innovative, unique research can we perform that answers the question before they ask? Or what format can we display that answer in that is easily yet properly digestible? How about your website? Is your code well written? Is the site digestible by search engines? Or how about the UX? Does this site provide a high quality user experience? Does the content even satisfy the user's wants and needs while answering pain points? Do people even like the content? Can you answer that? Are they linking to that? Are they sharing it? And by the way, you should also be asking multiple people who can give an objective opinion to some of these questions. Now, you can obviously garner some of it through quantitative metrics like bounce rates, exit rates, time on page, but Also reaching out through surveys or people you know, customers or prospects or family members. They generally give a really good direct answer, sometimes a little too direct. Now, here's how you have to start thinking about your site. When visitors type a keyword or phrase or query into a search engine and land on your site, will they be satisfied with what they find on every level? Not just the content, but everything. Does the title make sense? Does the images, do they resonate with the user? How about the formatting? Is the font size good? How about the colors of your website? Right? All of this plays into the holistic user experience. But plus, remember, this is the main question that search engines try to answer billions of times each day. Remember, the search engine's primary responsibility is to serve relevant results to their users that satisfy the users. So as you can see, ask yourself what your target customers are looking for on every level and make sure your site delivers it to them. Remember, happy visitors is a huge step in the right direction. What you want to be careful of, though, is assuming how to optimize your site based on a random so-called expert blog post or a conversation with a coworker. As I have seen way too many times, SEO myths are still very much prevalent in all levels of an organization today. In fact, let's take a few minutes and look at a few of these myths in order to equip you better in the next lesson.